good, well-balanced day.
It is. So far, so good. But then it's only 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
but you can't do wrong with the weather we got.
No, not at all.
Anyway, we're jumping in a little bit early because we got the Brawley mayor.
Yeah, we're going to visit with Sam Couchman, the Brawley mayor.
His last report of his tenure.
Oh, is that right? That's his warning, huh?
That's he's firing his last shot. and then this evening, they reorganize in Brawley.
That's right. Everybody, once a year, you have to get organized, so.
And El Centro's doing the same thing this afternoon.
Yes.
So, we have a thing on that, too. Theirs at 12 noon. They're going there. It's early.
One sees and another one has to do, and so on and so forth.
I don't know if it works that way or not, but they all seem to be timed out around the same time.
Very closely, yeah.
Anyway, we got some birthdays. If you want to jump into that,
let's go. Yeah,
we got the big shot birthdays. You can't get any. Well, I don't know how big this guy is, but he's old. Bluegrass singer Bobby Osborne. He was of the Osborne brothers. He is 91 years old today. So he was around at the start of bluegrass. Ellen Burstyn, she's 90 years old today. That seems old for her, but she
90-year club.
90-year club. She's there. Country singer Gary Morris, he's 74. Singer Tom Waits is 73. Tom Waits is of Tom Waits. He's always been a single guy. Actor Priscilla Barnes. She was on Three's Company. She's 65. She took the place of the blonde when the first blonde left.
And the second blonde
and the second blonde came in. That was Priscilla. She was Priscilla Barnes. Announcer Ed Hall. He was the announcer on the Jay Leno Show back when the Jay Leno Show existed. He's 64. Don't know what Ed's doing now. Bassist Tim Butler of the Psychedelic Furs. That's one of your groups, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's 64 today. Jeffrey Wright of Westworld. That's an HBO show. He's 57. And actor C. Thomas Howell is 56. He's one of the Brat Pack. Now he's a Brat Grandpa.
Brad Grandpa.
He's 56. He got up there. Anyway, we got some local birthdays coming up next. You ready for them?
I'm ready.
They're coming up.
Don't worry about a Christmas gift for the family back east because the Peanut Patch is here. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. A great variety of gift packs that you can ship anywhere in the universe to your friends and loved ones. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. You'll find homemade chocolates. You'll find fresh English toffee made from scratch. Pecan turtles made from scratch. You'll love their yogurt-covered peanuts, raisins, and almonds. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. And again, they have their own post office. They will ship anywhere. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. Now, how do you get there? Well, Google the Peanut Patch in Yuma, and you'll get directions. It's easy, and you're going to love spending some time at the Peanut Patch looking around. Find them on the web, the World Wide Web, thepeanutpatch.com. That's thepeanutpatch.com.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Annika Medosinka, Henry Alcon Jr., Bethany Garcia, Mary Lopez, Carlos Zaragoza, Dan Turner, Pablo Cerda, Nina and Natasha Marquez, the twins, Brian Mora, Corinne Caloca, Old Dilda McFadden, Doris Nunez, Francisco Vargas, Jonathan Harmon, Lee Hinman, Luciano Arias, Mary Hayes, Savannah Arce, Sylvia Aguilar, and Rosemary Platero. Happy birthday to each and every one. Happy anniversary going out to Lydia and Brian McAvee. Happy anniversary to you guys.
And Brian.
You know them?
I do.
There you go. I know Dilda.
Okay.
I called him
Dilda
old.
too.
I called him old because he's about the same age I am.
Is that right? Makes you feel better, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I'm not the only old guy around.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, but I hope I didn't insult him by that. Anyway, Lydia and Brian, they got their anniversary. You know how many it is?
Is it posted there?
No, not. And that doesn't have the year.
No, I don't know how many it would be, but probably, 50, 60.
There you go. That sounds about right. Okay,
that's a big lie, but
yeah, well, we don't know is basically what we're saying. Don't know how old we don't do the ages on any of our local people.
No, we don't have time.
No, and a lot of them get upset if we try.
Yeah, 351 years old today.
Yeah, that's mine. Anyway, are we ready for the news?
Yeah, we better get into the news.
World and California news headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
Republican Herschel Walker in Georgia's high-stakes Senate runoff. CBS's Nicole Killian is in Atlanta.
Senator Warnock is expected to return to Capitol Hill as soon as today. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called his win the last brick in Democrats' firewall.
North Carolina Republicans take their case over redistricting and voting rules to the Supreme Court today, insisting they have sole power over both. Loyola Law's Lori Levinson.
At this point, there are several conservative justices on the Supreme Court who might be open to that argument, including Justices Alito, Kavanaugh, Thomas, and Gorsuch.
New York fans will keep rising for the judge. The AP reports American League MVP Aaron Judge will stay with the Yankees after agreeing to a 9-year, $360 million contract. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
Headline news, the COVID surge building in California with medical officials worried about the public letting their guard down and protecting themselves.
People were wearing masks, they were washing their hands really well, they were limiting their indoor activities in crowded spaces. All that's kind of been let go to some extent.
Dr. Jose Mayorga with UCI Health Family Centers in Los Angeles. San Francisco won't be turning to killer robots after all. The Board of Supervisors voting to put the brakes on the controversial plan. Supervisor Dean Preston.
This would be the first time that the city and county of San Francisco is saying to the police department, you can use robots to kill people. That is an alarming position for our city to take.
Unanimous vote yesterday explicitly banning the use of armed robots for now. Beware of holiday scams. PG&E saying it's seen an increase in reports of people being targeted in Northern California and along the Central Coast. At least 23,000 say they've received a call from someone pretending to work for the utility company. Jeff Scott, California News.
And World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair or replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
If you're traveling for pleasure or business, don't forget you can take us along. Log on our website, KXORadio.com. News, weather, information you can use, KXORadio.com.
And it is now time for page one of the local news, brought to you as a service of El Centro Motors, a quick lane tire and auto centers with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive and at the Imperial Valley Mall. With page one of the local news, here's Gene Brister.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Wednesday morning, we have our final visit for his mayoral term, Sam Couchman. We're going to visit with him right now.
Good morning. This is Sam Couchman, Brawley Mayor, reporting on our City Council meeting of December the 6th, 2022. And we had a public appearance by several Brawley business owners regarding an alley in the city that needs repair. And so we addressed that. We had a city manager reported that we have final approval from the state to proceed with the Lions Center repairs, and I believe that's to the roof and to the pool. And we will be having our 3rd annual Santa tour around the town. And maps of the route will be posted online. for people to look at. And I think it's going to be like 3 to 5 days of Santa touring with the fire department. So keep that in mind for the kids, etc. And then under our regular business, we approved the general budget year-end budget report and budget carryovers for fiscal year 21-22 and allocations to reserves. And Carla Romero reported on that, and we did approve that. She's the finance director and the city treasurer. And actually, we struggle and we have challenges, but our budget actually looks fairly good. And we do have some reserves, and we're looking good. We were able to save some funding, and we received some funding increases in some tax dollars. And so we're actually looking fairly good. It's always a challenge each year, but we're doing well. We also approved our fiscal year 2022-23 first quarter budget report, and we recommended some budget adjustments to that report. So overall, everything's looking very well. We approved a memorandum of understanding between the city and the Brawley Elementary School District to furnish a school resource officer. And we know how important school resource officers can be, and so we are going to execute that agreement, and we will have that in place this coming year. We authorized contract change order for water treatment plant valve and actuator replacement in the amount of $8,855 to Cora Constructors Incorporated. And that's to make some repairs at our water treatment plant. That's always a constant state of being repaired, or something will be changed or updated. And so we're currently working on that, and that's an increase to their budget by $8,855, but they are necessary repairs. As you know, we all need the water to turn on every day. And so we also had our monthly staffing reports received from Human Resources, and we had an update on our COVID local emergency report presented by the fire chief. And I will state to everybody that we do have outbreaks of virus around with both COVID, influenza A, and also the RSV, which has been affecting children and older people. And so we want everybody to be safe out there. So just be careful, wash your hands, do all the things that are necessary in order to try to prevent the spread of those viruses. We did go to closed session. We talked about Vertical Bridge lawsuit, and there's nothing to report on that. There is no action at this point in time, except that the city has had to spend so far in legal fees $175,000 for that lawsuit. We had 3 property items, and directions were given to staff regarding those property items. And then tonight we have our meetings for our changeover, and I will be leaving the council, and I'll be leaving the mayor position. George Nava will become the mayor. Ramon Castro will become the mayor pro tem. And as you know, I will be leaving the council after 13 years of service, and that's tonight at 6 p.m. at our council chambers. And anybody that would like to is welcome to attend. And then we will have our tree lighting tomorrow on the plaza. I think that's around 5 or 6 o'clock. And we'll be having our tree, check the time on that. We'll have our tree lighting tomorrow on the plaza. Should be a big deal, and the chamber will be having their event. And so we expect vendors, and there'll be some entertainment, some raffle drawings and everything. And we certainly encourage the public to attend that. So with that, this is my last report pretty much. And thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure serving the city of Brawley and making these reports on KXO. And we appreciate the exposure of the information to the public. And so thank you very much for that. This is Sam Couchman, Mayor of Brawley, signing off. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers are here for you. Lube, oil, and filter change, alignments, brakes, batteries, tune-ups, and so much more. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. And now, Quick Lane has 3 locations in the Valley. In the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, at El Centro Motors, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall. Quick Lane, ready to serve.
Continuing with more local news, page 1 of the local news, a major jump in local COVID cases. George Gale had the story.
The COVID cases, the latest update was released yesterday morning. The numbers are provided by the County Public Health Department. According to the new numbers, there are now 722 active cases of COVID-19 in Imperial County. That is an increase of 302 cases from the 420 cases reported last Thursday. COVID-19 tier metrics for Imperial County indicate 19.20 new cases per day per 100,000 population, with a positivity rate of 13.1%. Fatalities attributed to the virus are now at 959, up 1 since the last report. Center for Disease Control and Prevention is now recommending masks be worn indoors, but not just because of the increase in COVID cases, but also to protect against the flu and RSV. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Stay with us for Page 2.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns. And that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
And on to Page 2 of the local news. With Local News Page 2, here's Gene Brister.
In other local news this morning, a suspect is arrested in a weekend stabbing. George Gale filed this story.
A 20-year-old suspect is in custody. He is suspected in the stabbing Sunday in El Centro. At 4 a.m. Sunday, El Centro police received a report of a stabbing in the 1000 block of South 3rd Street. Officers arrived and found a 23-year-old victim. The 23-year-old Hispanic male was suffering stab wounds in the upper torso. Officers rendered life-saving medical efforts until medical personnel arrived. Victim was taken to El Centro Regional Medical Center, where he was stabilized before being flown out to a trauma center for treatment. During the investigation, El Centro detectives identified 20-year-old Francisco Jacob Flores as the suspect in that stabbing. They say the suspect was involved in an altercation with the victim. Flores fled the scene, but was found at his residence by police. He was placed under arrest without incident. Suspect was turned over to detectives, and they in turn booked him into county jail, charged with attempted murder. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
In other local news, volunteers are still needed to conduct the count. This is the 2023 point-in-time count. It'll be held in January. The volunteers count the homeless in Imperial County. It is an opportunity to help and better understand the community and most vulnerable population. For more information, contact Jacob Bermudez, 760-337-7825. Training sessions will be held at Desert Trails and at the El Centro City Hall. Volunteers must be 18 years of age or older, and they must attend the training. Countywide count is January the 27th. The Slab City count will be on January the 28th. The Imperial Valley Contempt of Care Council uses the results of the count to obtain funds to help alleviate homeless issues locally. And finally, tax collector is putting out a reminder. George Gale shares that information.
The tax collector says the first installment of real property taxes is coming due. The treasurer tax collector says the first installment of the real property tax will become delinquent if they are not paid by 5 p.m. on December 12th. Karen Vogel says the payment must be in her office by 5 p.m. or bear a postmark of December 12, 2022. Be advised, online payments may be made until 11:45 p.m. December 12th. Delinquent parcels will receive a 10% penalty effective December 13th. Property owners who have paid their taxes through impound accounts but have recently refinanced or paid off their home loans should be aware that they may now be responsible for paying the property tax bills themselves. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And here's George Gale with the weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 70 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 55. National Weather Service says drier conditions will work into the region for the rest of the week, with temperatures remaining slightly below normal. Weather forecast calling for sunny skies today. Highs right near 69. West to northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight. Overnight lows around 42. West winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny on Thursday. Highs right near 67. West winds at around 5 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 50 degrees, 62% the relative humidity.
The magic of Christmas. It's our 24-hour gift to you. The magic of Christmas. An Imperial Valley tradition on AM 1230. The magic of Christmas captures the feeling of this special time of year. The magic of Christmas, beginning at noon Christmas Eve and continuing through noon Christmas Day. Presented by
Baja Farms, Allstate agents Lucy and Ubaldo Bermudez, Sun Community Federal Credit Union, and the Imperial Valley College.
Join us on AM 1230 and feel the magic of Christmas. The magic of Christmas.
And it's time for the Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. In the NBA, just a couple of games played. The Cavaliers beat the Lakers 116-102. Pistons defeated the Heat 116-96, and the Mavericks got by the Nuggets 116-115. At the World Cup yesterday, the round of 16 ended. Morocco and Spain played to a draw, 0-0. Morocco advances, however, 3-0 on penalties. Next round is the quarterfinals. That'll be on December 9th. 2 games on the 9th, 2 games on the 10th. Netherlands play Argentina on the 9th. Croatia goes against Brazil on the 9th. The December 10th games, England at France and Morocco at Portugal. We'll have more in just a minute.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneers services, visit pmhd.org today.
And in Major League Baseball, Aaron Judge answered baseball's burning off-season question Wednesday today, agreeing to a 9-year, $360 million contract to remain with the New York Yankees. he's going to stay a Yankee. Baker Mayfield did not stay teamless very long. He has been claimed off the waivers by quarterback-needy Rams. He was let go by the Panthers because he wasn't performing. According to sources, the Cubs, Jamison Talon, they have agreed to a 4-year, $68 million deal. Phillies continue to spend. They have signed a contract with right-handed pitcher Taijuan Walker. They reach a 4-year, $72 million deal. And the 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo injured his foot, you remember, took him out of action. Well, he may be back. He may be okay for the playoffs, according to sources. And the Cubs and Cody Bellinger, they reach a 1-year, $17.5 million deal. Former Dodger is now a Cub. And the Pirates won the first MLB draft lottery, right to pick number 1. The Nats get number 2. That's it. That's a look at sports. Sports World Roundup brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And your financial news and weather brought to you this morning by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. Stocks moved between gains and losses this morning as traders weighed the possibility of a recession and the likelihood of a longer than expected hiking cycle from the Federal Reserve. S&P 500 dipped 0.2%, falling for a fifth straight day. Dow Jones Industrial Average last traded down 48 points or 0.14%, while the NASDAQ Composite shed 0.7%. Wall Street is coming off another tough session with the Dow falling more than 350 points or 1.03%. S&P 500 and NASDAQ Composite lost 1.4% and 2% respectively. We've got your weather coming up next.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
The high temperature yesterday, 70 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 55. National Weather Service says drier conditions will work into the region for the rest of the week, with temperatures remaining slightly below normal. Weather forecast calling for sunny skies today. Highs right near 69. West to northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight. Overnight lows around 42. West winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny on Thursday. Highs right near 67. West winds at around 5 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 52 degrees, 58% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is still good throughout the region. Your financial news and weather brought to you this morning by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
A
Burgers and beer, Christmas is one of the most important times of the year for us. It's a time for us to stop and give thanks for our blessings and celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Let the spirit of love gently fill our hearts and homes. In this loveliest of seasons, may you find many reasons for happiness. Wishing you and your family health, happiness, peace, and prosperity this holiday season and in the coming new year. From your Burgers and Beer family.
And we're coming up on 8 o'clock, CBS News at 8, 6 minutes of news and information. Going to find out what the heck is going on out there now. We'll be back in here for more of the best oldies on the radio right here, 1230 KXO.
Oldies on the radio, KXO El Centro on AM 1230, KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kathan. A case that could reshape American elections is before the nation's highest court.
Even though these are federal elections, state lawmakers are the ones who decide on a lot of the details, but state courts can override them. Republicans in North Carolina don't want them to intervene, giving them final say. Attorney David Thompson.
The Elections Clause requires state legislatures specifically to perform the federal function of prescribing regulations for federal elections. States lack the authority to restrict the legislature's substantive discretion when performing this federal function.
If the justices agree, the decision could allow state legislatures to set the rules for these federal elections, even if they result in partisan gerrymandering and violate state constitutions. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
The runoff election in Georgia went to the Senate incumbent, Democrat Raphael Warnock.
The work that we must do is difficult. The issues are not simple, they're complex. But here's my promise to you, I will walk with you even as I work for you.
He won a hard-fought victory over Republican Herschel Walker.
We've had a tough journey, have we not? But one of the things I want to tell all of you is you never stop dreaming.
Democrats will now have a 51-49 edge in the Senate. Up for consideration in Congress, a defense bill that would undo some pandemic policy.
The text of the Pentagon policy bill includes a provision repealing the military's vaccine mandate. Since the defense authorization bill is seen as a bipartisan compromise that must pass by the end of the year, the administration's hand appears forced, while National Security Council spokesman John Kirby calls the move a mistake.
We do take some comfort in knowing that more than 97% across DOD have been vaccinated.
Republicans argued the mandate led to thousands of discharges and damaged recruiting efforts. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
Well, China has decided to ease off some of its strict COVID-19 measures, which have been the subject of protests. Asia correspondent Elizabeth Palmer says some testing requirements are being dropped and isolation rules eased.
The risk now is with so many under-vaccinated elderly people, China is facing a huge surge in COVID deaths.
After a big season in the big leagues,
He has done it! 62!
free agent slugger Aaron Judge, with 62 home runs in the American League, is staying in the Bronx, agreeing to a 9-year, $360 million contract with the Yankees. Checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 141 points. The NASDAQ is up 2. The S&P is up 14. This is CBS News.
If presented by Rocket Mortgage, whether you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance yours, Rocket Mortgage can help you get there. For home loan solutions that fit your life, Rocket can.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Right-wing activists rounded up in Germany, accused of planning a coup.
A well-dressed man in a COVID mask led from an imposing house and into a police van, one of 25 arrests over what German prosecutors call a now thwarted plan to overthrow the government and install a German prince as leader. And this is one of the groups linked to the alleged plot, members of the Reichsbürger, or citizens of the right, who want to return to the Nazi era. Germany's interior minister calling the investigation a glimpse into the far-right abyss. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Wild scene at the airport in Barcelona, Spain. More than a dozen people are sought after they fled a plane that made an emergency landing. It was a flight from Morocco to Turkey. Give birth. Turns out there was a pregnant woman on board, but labor was not imminent. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You've got George Gale.
I'm sexy and I know it.
The best oldies on the radio.